If you unplugged one device on your home network right now, would you know what would stop working? Most home networks aren't messy because of bad equipment. They're messy because nobody's quite sure what's connected, how it's connected, and where it's connected. Today, I'll show you how to identify what's on your network, organize it without rebuilding everything, and if you want, follow me through to documenting it easily without tech jargon. Here's the truth. Most home networks like mine grew over time. You start with your internet connection and one box that does everything. Then maybe switch to a new internet provider, another box arrives, then a new camera. And why not a faster Wi-Fi router meshy thing box that's so much faster than the older one? Oh, and throw in some smart stuff, always added one at a time. A light here, a plug there, a doorbell outside, you know what I mean. Allow me to say that there's nothing wrong with that at all. The problem starts when you can't name what you have or explain why it exists anymore. If your network only works because nobody touches it, that's not stability. That's basically superstition. Let me start you thinking a little with this point. You can't organize what you can't name. Before cables, before upgrades, before Wi-Fi tuning, you need visibility. Today, unlike other YouTubers, we will not optimize anything, nor fiddle with router settings or any super before after rack cleanup magic. We start with inventory. Right, now I use the 3-pass method, and I swear by it, and use it wherever I go. Yes, friends ask me to help them with this task at their homes as well. You can do this with pen and paper or a spreadsheet. I prefer pen and paper as you can walk around the house and quickly or roughly but accurately note what I have where. List everything you recognize. Wall Ethernet socket, Lenovo game laptop, Asus router, Asus mesh node, John's mobile phone, which is an Android, Susan's ITV plugged into wall Ethernet labeled NW3, unknown camera, game console, NAS, black doorbell, smart voice assistant, etc. Don't aim for complete yet, aim for honest. Now check your router or network app. You'll see names you don't recognize. That's normal. Add them anyway. Right now, an unknown device is still better than a forgotten device. What role does this play in the house? If you're doing this on paper, switch to a different color maybe. If on a spreadsheet, add another column. Then, next to each device, write its role in your network. Is it work office, school, security and safety, entertainment, home services, a guest or a temp, or an experiment for a lab? If you can't explain the purpose in one sentence, that's a warning sign. Here's a tip. The best classification system is the one that you'll still use in 6 months. So make sure you classify them in a nice and simple way. Right now we're on pass 3. How important is this thing? Finally, you can add a part that determines if a device is critical, work, security, internet access, or nice to have, entertainment convenience, or low impact, experiments, maybe an old device or guest devices. Here's the part most people don't realize. The more smart your home becomes, the more dangerously blind changes get. So, for example, if you unplug a network cable and the next day you miss an important delivery because your doorbell stopped working, or here's a personal story that I had with a friend of mine. He asked me to help him add a new router to the house. And When we went looking to see the best place to connect it, we realized he had two different ISP installers who added two different switches in the garage. One of those switches was connected directly to his solar panel's communication board. This had to be a cause for concern, because it wasn't only a privacy issue, but the installer did not inform my friend, which, of course, you can imagine made him very uncomfortable, to say the least. Of course, I stopped my efforts straight away, as he had first to find out why two ISPs existed, as he was only paying for one, and why the connection to his solar panels was even there. Right, so back to my point of blind changes. Guessing can become dangerous and even a security risk to you. Next, naming. A good device name tells you three simple things: what it is, where it is, and which role it plays. Not TP-Link 3497. Try more something like living room TV or George Work laptop. If you don't need to think, the name is good enough. You already group devices by the role they play in your home. Now you're just making that a more helpful structure. We can now group them. What's the difference, you ask? Well, here's a clean mental model for you to remember. Roles are why something matters. Groups is where it lives in the network. Roles answer, why do I care if this breaks? Groups answer, what kind of thing is this, technically or physically? Groups are structural, not emotional or priority based. So, now, grouping. This is not about importance. You already handled that earlier. This is about structure. Use simple physical groups, like, for example, internet and Wi-Fi gear. Things that stay put, smart home stuff, portable devices. Now, by portable devices, I mean phones, laptops, and tablets. Anything you carry around that connects and disconnects all day. And that's it. Just keep these boring four groups. Of course, although I use these, you are free to use whatever makes sense for your house, the way you will understand it. To help you a little here, keep each device in one of the groups. On the other hand, the same device can be part of many roles. That's on purpose. And let me give you a concrete example for this. Take a printer. I have one right behind me. It can have several roles. Work for printing documents, school for homework and projects, household admin for forms, labels, returns. But structurally, it belongs in one group. Things that stay put. It doesn't move. It doesn't roam. It behaves like a fixed device on the network. So, in summary, groups help you navigate the network, roles help you decide priorities. Once these devices are clearly named and grouped this way, you can breathe a sigh of relief because there is no more guesswork. You can see your network, and that's when it becomes manageable. Notice what we haven't done. No new hardware, no rebuild, no perfect diagram, just enough structure to remove uncertainty. That's the goal of this video, knowledge. So at this point, you've done three important things. One, you've listed what's actually on your network, no guesswork. You've marked what matters and why, using clear roles like work, security, or entertainment. And three, you've grouped devices in a way that makes the network understandable at a glance. That alone puts you ahead of most home networks. Even if you stopped here, you'll already be able to make changes with far more confidence and far fewer surprises. Remember this, if you can name it, you can manage it. If you understand it, you're not afraid to change it. And if you document it lightly, future problems get smaller, not bigger. In part 3 of the series, we'll use this clarity to improve performance, reliability, without creating a new chaos. If this helped, subscribe and have a look at the other technical videos on this channel. They're all designed to make everyday tech easier to live with, so I hope you enjoy them. See you soon.